Hello, hello, guys. Welcome. I'm super excited to be here today. So, welcome to Live with Jacqueline Valdez. I am super excited for our next guest. It is such an honor to have her here. She is gorgeous on the inside and on the outside, and she is really wanting to help others achieve their dream and know that it's not too late to live your dream. She has lived a very challenging and beautiful life, and she is going to tell us how to live the model dream at any age. So I'd love to welcome Miss ReShonda Parker to the show. Welcome, welcome. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing so well today and so excited that we finally get to talk in person, not just on social media.
Yes, I know.
Yes, so welcome. It is such an honor, and I'm so excited to have you here, and you look gorgeous and fabulous.
Thank you. And you do too.
Thank
you do too.
Thank you. So you were telling me earlier before we went live just about your day and how you've been super busy. You're a mom. How many kids do you have?
I have 3 children. My daughter is 23. My oldest son is turning 18 at the end of July, and my youngest son just turned 10 like recently. And sadly, I lost a child earlier on in 2001 at the age of 2 months old. But I'm so blessed to have had the time that I had with him, and I'm thankful to have the kids that I have now.
Oh, I'm so sorry about your loss. And you just stay so strong. You've had a challenging life, and yet you still found a way to follow your dreams and follow your passion, which I just have so much love for you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It hasn't been the easiest, but at the same time, I have a strong faith in God, and I pray about everything. And I have a good circle of people around me that help keep me going as well. So I've been very blessed.
Yeah, it's really important to have a strong support system, like you said, and a strong faith.
Yes, it is. It is. That will help you tremendously. It really will.
Yeah, I love that so much, to not give up on yourself and to believe that you can make it through that darkness.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you have been modeling, and you are still looking as fabulous as ever and younger than ever.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How do you stay so young looking, and especially having had kids and being a mom and juggling so many different things?
Well, I believe that it has a lot to do with me staying so active.
Yeah.
And also, I adopted kind of like a holistic lifestyle as well that I've been doing for like 18 years. And I started off eating organically, using natural products and stuff like that. And I found that when you do things that way, you're kind of like you're giving your body really what it needs.
Yeah.
And you're feeding it from the inside, and it reflects on the outside. And then, honestly, I believe that genes play a part, because my grandmother, who I'm extremely close to, she's 85, and she does not look 85.
Amazing. Shout out.
Yeah. So I just think it has a lot to do with just it was a lifestyle change for me. Things in the beginning, it was hard to kind of adapt to it, but over time, it became easier. So I tell everybody, if they want to try it, it's going to be hard in the beginning. You're going to fall back a lot of times, because I did too.
Yeah.
But as long as you keep going, you'll be okay.
And I love that. I have to start following that. I eat vegetarian. I go back and forth between being vegan and vegetarian, but then I will do some holistic lifestyle, and I'm trying to eat better and think more conscious about it. Hello, Betsy. Thank you for popping in. Yes, grandmas are the best. Hers is about to be 102. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, wow.
I love it. Congrats.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. That's awesome.
Right? So awesome. Yes. So they're the hugest inspiration.
Yes.
For sure. So you started modeling. Tell me about your journey, because you didn't start at a really young age, right? As considered in the modeling world. I've also modeled too. And some people say, no, that's not old. But in the modeling world, in the dance world, sometimes considering starting older is really not that old.
Well, for me, I started when I was 13. Okay. I was very shy, bullied in school. My mother put me in a modeling classes, and it wasn't, it's amazing because she didn't put me in modeling for me to become a model. She put me in modeling so I could come out of my shyness. And so while I was in modeling school, I developed a love for it. I just loved fashion. I started really wanting to do it. And I did some things off and on. I had some amazing opportunities, but being so young and being that I didn't know much about it, my mom didn't know much about it either. I didn't stay into it very long. I kind of did it off and on.
Right.
And then so after I got older, I got married and I sat out of modeling for almost 15 years. So my doing what I do now came from me getting back in towards the end of 2019. So I haven't been back in it very long, but I've had a lot of amazing opportunities and doors open since I've gotten back in.
Woohoo! Yes, and they're
Thank
well
you.
deserved for sure. I
Thank
can
you.
relate with you in the fact of when I was younger, I was also bullied, and I went into modeling school to come out of my shell too. So I totally understand that. And, you know, there's beautiful sides of modeling. You can really gain confidence, learn stuff about yourself, and be empowered.
Yeah. And that's something that I loved about it because it was sadly, you know, I didn't feel good about myself when I was younger. You know, kids can be cruel. And I was picked on from everything from my dark skin to just being tall and skinny, you know, things that you can't help, you know. And when I was in modeling classes was the first time someone told me, you know, you're beautiful, you could really model. And I was like, wow, really? You know, because I didn't think that about myself. Kids made it clear to me, you know, back then that I wasn't able to do a lot of things. And so to be in something where someone tells you, you know, you're beautiful, you can, you know, definitely do this was like mind blowing to me. You know, I didn't know, I didn't feel that way about myself. So it definitely helped me with my self-esteem and it definitely helped me come out of that shyness. And I'm thankful for it.
Yeah. And it's so crazy. Exactly like Betsy said. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Y'all are beautiful. Young girls need to hear this. Yes. And I love that we're having this conversation so much because people do need to hear that. You would be surprised who has been bullied, who has been picked on, who has been made fun of and been, you know, torn down.
Yes. And I find that a lot of times the people that are doing those things to other people are dealing with something themselves. And it's not an excuse for them to do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, they're going through something as well. But when you're a child, you don't understand that all you see is they're being mean to you. And sadly, you know, we live in a world where, you know, people's appearances are looked at.
Yeah.
And it should not be that way. I've always been a person that believed in the inside mattering more than the outside. But you know, kids, they don't view things that way. And so when I was younger, I wish I had known then the things that I know now. You know, I didn't know those things back then. So I felt like something was wrong with me. And I had this low self-esteem. And there was a period of time where I was having bad thoughts and stuff like that. And I'm so thankful, like I said, for people being in my corner that helped, you know, pull me away from those types of things and that I'm here now. So that's why it's important to me to reach out to people and to let these young girls know and to let women really of all ages know. I mean, you're beautiful. Everybody has something about them that they may not like, but that doesn't define the person that you are.
Yes. Amen. Yes, it's so true that hurt people do hurt other people, you know,
Exactly.
and I love that you're wanting to use everything that's happened to you to make an impact and to change others' lives and to show them a beautiful side of themselves.
Yeah, because experience is really the best teacher. We go through a lot of things and we don't really think that it may help us later. And so even though I was picked on badly in school, I got to a point where I didn't even want to go to school.
Yeah.
And I got to a point also where I dropped out of school. I dropped out my high school year, but I knew that that wasn't me. This wasn't the life that I wanted. So I went back the next year and got my diploma. But a lot of people, you know, they get so down on themselves to the point where they resort to suicide. They do all kinds of things that, you know, hurts them and other people because they're tore down so much.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's important to me to always, tell my stories and stuff like that so that other people, it might reach somebody that's going through that at that moment. And it just might be the one thing I say that might help somebody else, not
Yes.
do something that they've been thinking about doing.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm strongly a huge believer in making an impact one person at a time till it becomes like a domino effect. And before you know it, millions are affected.
Yes. And I believe in that too. I do.
Yeah, I love it. We have so many commonalities and so many things parallel that I feel so drawn to you.
Well, thank you.
Of course. So going into the modeling industry, how did you get your foot in the door? How did you, once you got that confidence, how did you say, okay, I'm coming, here I am?
Well, it took me longer than, I try not to think of it like, I started at 13 and I didn't do anything until 2019. I try not to think of it that way because off and on, I was still dabbling in modeling and I had amazing experiences. But when I finally felt like I had just done something, I was in an 8-week online competition for African American women with natural textured hair. And it was just like America's Next Top Model. It was 8 weeks of competition challenges if you made it through the 8 weeks. And I made it through the 8 weeks. And so one of our challenges was we would get sent things from different companies. One of the companies was Iman Cosmetics, and Iman is like my icon. I followed her career. That's and awesome. Even as a child, wanted to be just like her. And so it was amazing to be a part of a competition that had these different challenges. And one was her cosmetics company. And we were to recreate a look just like a photo that she had, but we had to put our own spin on it. So they sent us the cosmetics and they judged the photos of every model. And it was Iman herself and her creative director. And I won that challenge. And I was like, wow.
Woo! Wow. That's like a full circle. I love that.
Yeah. It was amazing just to think that she saw me, and I have always been, I always feel like everything happens for a reason. I used to beat myself up about being so young in the industry and not doing anything with it because I had opportunities that I did not follow through. And then later I'm sitting there and I'm going, wow, I could have did this. I could have did that. Yeah. And, but I still feel that everything happened in its correct time. So much was going on during those times that I probably couldn't have really focused on it the way that I can now. Yeah. And so I'm just thankful for it to be 44 in October and still be doing this is amazing to me. But then there's models older than me that are still doing this. So that's why I always talk about, not letting age stop you from doing something that you really want to do.
Yes, girl. I love it so much. I'm such a huge believer in that. Age is just a number. I am a proud, 48 years old. And
wow. Well, you don't look.
Yes, genetics and vegan, vegetarian lifestyle and being a dancer.
And see, and that's like, I went vegan. I'm not going to lie. I went vegan like 3 total times. And I failed the first 2 times, but the last time I was vegan for like 3 years. Yeah. And I was seeing a holistic dermatologist because I had skin problems. I used to have like cystic acne and that developed over time. I didn't even have it growing up, but I developed it after having my children. And so again, my self-esteem got low. I was not doing modeling as much anymore because my skin was breaking out badly. So I went to a holistic doctor and she told me to introduce animal protein back into my diet. Well, I got so sick after 3 years of not having it in my system, but I'm weaning myself off now. I don't eat gluten. People ask me, what do you eat? I don't,
I'm trying not to eat gluten. I'm trying not to eat gluten as much. It's hard.
Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. And it's almost like, there are actual food addictions. People have withdrawals from eliminating stuff. And I helped my best friend come off of refined sugar. And she was like, wow, I never knew, I never knew that you could feel this way because you feel better.
Yeah.
So I already don't eat beef or pork. I haven't had that in like 16 years, maybe.
Wow.
And then I don't eat gluten, refined sugar.
Ooh.
But I eat everything else. But even still, it was hard eliminating those things. But I feel like if you're serious about your health, I mean, it is a lifestyle change, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You're my inspiration. Yes, Betsy. I struggle with sugar really bad too.
Yeah.
And you said congratulations on your career.
Oh, thank you so much.
Platform to help others.
Thank
Aw.
you. I appreciate that.
Hello, Richard. Thank you for popping in. Hi, guys. Thank you for popping in so much. So excited to have you here. We have just a wonderful guest and so inspiring and just giving wonderful lifestyle tips, modeling tips. I love it. Career tips. You're dropping so many gems.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to do. I mean, people have helped me throughout my life, and I say this a lot on my Facebook because I'm very active on my Facebook. I'm getting more active on Instagram, but I'm very active on Facebook, and I do lives and I talk to people. But I always shout out businesses, people that have helped me, because I feel like, I mean, I didn't get here by myself. I have photographers that have helped me, fashion designers, magazines, you know, um, just support of my friends and family as well. So I didn't do all of this by myself. So I'm always trying to help other people because other people have always helped me.
Yes, I love that so much. And where can people find you on social media?
Well, I'm on Instagram. I have a modeling page, which is ReShonda_Parker. Now, I also have a personal page, but on my personal page, I have pictures of my kids, me, and things that I do. I'm silly. So it's model ReShon, ReShon. And I have a business. I'm a jewelry designer. So I started that in 2012, but I have an Instagram page for that. Is sugar.custom. And that's my business page for my jewelry and my, I had a boutique, but I'm selling all of my things right now out so I can just focus on my jewelry design.
Wow, very cool. How long have you been in the jewelry business?
I've been doing that since 2012, and it was kind of funny how I started doing it because I didn't know that I could make jewelry. I didn't know that I could even make it. I was in a store and I was about to buy a pair of earrings, but I looked at the price and I was like, I don't know. And then I looked at how it was made and I said, I just wonder if I could make this. So I took a picture of it and I went home. And I looked at it and I was like, wow, I think I really want to try my hand at this. So I went to like Michael's, the craft store, and Hobby Lobby, and I bought a ton of beads, string, all kinds of stuff. And I started making jewelry from then. Now,
I love it.
My jewelry wasn't always as nice as it is now. I had to start somewhere. But I got to a point where I became, pretty good at it. And then I was a 4-year vendor at an open air market just selling my jewelry. And I had customers that would keep coming back every year because I do one-of-a-kind pieces as well. No two pieces are ever the same. So everybody gets something completely, different. And I did a lot of custom orders because I also put my jewelry in beauty salons and gift stores as well. So I was stocking, businesses and stuff. And so it's been amazing.
So talented. So many different things that you have.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love it. How do you keep your creativity up with creating jewelry?
Well, I have not, which I have not been able to focus as much on my jewelry as I want to because of all my modeling has picked up. Yeah. But I have a website that I hope to launch very soon. And that way I'll be able to get back into that side of things. But I've always been a creative person. I draw, I paint, I cosplay, model, I become other characters and all kinds of stuff. So anything having to do with just being creative, I mean, that's like what I love to do. So jewelry was just another extension of that.
That makes sense then. I love that you do different characters modeling too. I feel like you're never like your age can be whatever number it is. You can always recreate. You can always play characters and just have fun.
Yeah. And it's funny because one of my photographers, she said to me, because if you go to my pages, mainly my modeling page, because that's where all my photos are, and I'm still putting photos on there, you'll see my cosplay characters. I've been Storm. I've been, oh gosh, Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy.
I love it.
And I've done Nubia, which is actually, I didn't know until I did her character. My photographer, his name is Christian Ortiz. He sent me a photo of Nubia, and I looked at her and I said, she looks like Wonder Woman, only she's Black.
Yeah.
And it turns out that Wonder Woman does have a sister who is Black. She didn't meet her until later in life. So there's a whole storyline behind her that I never knew. So I
Wow.
take a lot of pride in, you know, when I get these characters, especially when they're women of color, you know, and we don't have that often. So when I did her character and we did all these shoots and there's animations added to them and all kinds of stuff. So everybody go and check that out.
Oh my God, that's so fun. I can't wait. And I have your information once this live goes up on our YouTube and stuff that they can find you. So we will follow and stalk your pages.
Yeah.
I love it.
I would appreciate it.
I love it. Was there anyone that you wanted to do a special shout out to?
Really, I'm gonna say everybody. And I mean, there's no one person in particular that I want to shout out because I have an amazing team of photographers. That, like I said, I give credit to everybody that has helped me throughout my career, and that's literally like so many people. So, you know, I can't shout out just one person, but I do want to say thank you to all of them and everybody that's even watching, and you know, for allowing me another platform to reach people.
Of course, it has been such an honor. You're such a huge inspiration, and you are just shedding so much light onto others and changing lives, you know, one person at a time, making a difference and just showing people, watch out. You can do anything you want at any age, and you can model at any age.
Yeah, you can. You
Yeah.
can. I'm a huge believer in that because I know what all I've been through.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm doing now. And I would have never imagined all the things that I'm doing now, you know, at this age that I am right now. I mean, when I started off, like I said, I was 13. I didn't even think ahead to the age of 44, you know, but now that I'm almost there and seeing how things have, you know, picked up for me. Yeah, I encourage everybody. I mean, if there's like a dream that you have that you really stop pursuing because you thought that you couldn't, if it's something you're passionate about, you should really look back into picking that up. And another thing that's amazing to me is that I had, there was a news article in my city that was written about me.
Oh.
And when that article came out, it reached a lot of people, and it shocked me, but it reached a lot of people. And I had young women, like ages 16 was the youngest one. 20 was the next, and then I think like the oldest was like in her 60s that, you know, said they had seen my article. And that meant a lot to me because, you know, this is what I want to do. I want to reach people.
Oh, and I love that. I love that so much. And like Betsy says, it's awesome that you give credit to those that help you. It's very beautiful. Yeah, and it is. I feel like everyone should use their voice, should use their platform, should illuminate the world and make a difference.
Yes.
So what modeling projects do you have coming up for you?
I have to be in Jacksonville, Florida on the 6th to do a photo shoot with a photographer. I have 2 magazines I was just published in that are about to release. It's one magazine. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it's 3.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's one called Ambience Uncut, Cheology, and another one called What a Model. And I've gotten to know the owners of the magazines pretty well. There's 2 that are models themselves, and that's something else that I do want to shout out, you know, supporting each other in their businesses, because we're not just models, we have other things going on too, you know. And so there's New York Fashion Week in September. I'm walking during that.
Ooh.
And the designer, I walked for her in North Carolina Fashion Week, one of her shows. And so I have a couple other things that are going on that I can't really talk much about those because of what I've signed, but I have some projects I'm excited about.
Oh my goodness gracious. So exciting. It is just a wonderful year that's unfolding for you.
Yeah, and it's been amazing because like just in 2020, I had such a terrible year. Not with my modeling, but in my personal life.
Right.
And I lost someone very, very dear to me. Like I'm heartbroken over that loss. But one thing he always encouraged me to do was to keep going. He also encouraged me to do what it is that I love to do as well. So I feel like when I'm doing it, I'm keeping his memory alive as well. And so it's been a rough journey, but at the end of it, I mean, it's been amazing. So I mean, I thank God for that.
Oh, I love that. And I love that you're using your passion, your dream to come true while also living the memory of the person that you lost.
Yeah.
Betsy says she's so sorry. Hello, Casper. Thank you for
Thank you.
tuning in. Absolutely.
Thank
Yeah. It's yeah, and it's crazy how in 1 year how things have completely transformed. It just goes to show that you really just have to keep living each day and following your passion and follow your dream and not to give up.
Yeah, and it's been hard for a lot of people, because of COVID changed everything. And
Yeah.
I've lost some people also to that. But I know a lot of people who have lost people as well. And so I've also stressed, just staying safe. And especially like when you're in an industry where you have to be around so many people,
Yeah.
it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But I do everything I know to do to keep my immune system boosted and all that stuff like that. And thank God I have not had any issues. And I have actually been around 3 people that had COVID and I've been good. And they're good too. They're good too, which is a blessing.
Yeah.
So, just a lot of things have been happening, in the last year.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. And that's scary, the whole situation with COVID and the entertainment industry and then losing people. It's been really heartbreaking. And, the world kind of stopped, but I feel like now things are starting to pick up. And a lot of people that are creative are really driven to make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a great thing to see. I mean, I pray for the day when things are just, well again.
Yeah.
And plus with my youngest son and even with my oldest son stayed in school. He went to school every day while my youngest son did virtual for the whole year. And any parents out there that did virtual, I am so sorry.
Shout out parents.
Yeah, shout out to all the parents. But it was really tough, and I used to be one that talked about homeschooling, but COVID taught me that I'm not for homeschool for me to be a teacher. I give a lot of respect and credit to teachers.
Yeah.
I mean, I told my youngest son's teacher every day almost how much I appreciated him because he was amazing and he actually had a class in front of him and would be teaching virtual at the same time.
Wow.
And so, I do want to shout Mr. Bullard out.
We love you.
Yes, because he kept me sane. He really kept me sane. And my son is an excellent student. And he's a straight A student. He's 10, but he's won awards and he's in a gifted program and everything. But at home with me, I don't know how.
And I love that you're a mother and you've got grown kids and you're still following your dream. You're still following your passion. Your kids must be super inspired and proud of you. Do they want to go into the modeling industry also or the entertainment industry?
Actually, yes. My oldest son, who is turning 18, he is being signed by a modeling agency right now.
Congrats.
I call him my twin because he looks just like me. Cute. Only he's lighter skin tone, but he looks just like me, and he's about 6'2", and he's about to be signed right now. My youngest son is more athletic. He had a modeling contract, but he just told me he didn't want to take pictures. So I said, okay, fine, because I don't force my kids to do anything that they don't want to do. Yeah. And my daughter is beautiful. She just got published in a magazine with me, actually. She just got published, but I don't really know just yet what she wants to do. But she dabbled in modeling for a while too. And so if she ever wants to do it, I would definitely support her in that. I just want them to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I love the whole family. You guys are so close and united and each other's biggest support system. Do you think that you'll start working towards teaching other young girls or start like a modeling school or anything like that?
Actually, yes. I want to actually tomorrow I start teaching kids at a summer camp basic modeling, like runway skills, because they're going to have a fashion show.
Oh,
And my oldest son is also a self-taught, he's an amazing makeup artist. He
wow.
will be doing the makeup for the kids. He'll have to, tone it down for the children, but he's self-taught, and it's amazing the stuff that he does. He's better than me.
That is so cool. I
Yeah,
can't
so
see.
we both will be teaching tomorrow. He'll be doing makeup for the fashion show, and I'll be teaching the kids, but they were interested in learning modeling, and I have the experience. So I said, sure. So I'll be doing that, but eventually I do want to open up an agency. And my agency, I want it to be a little different from the traditional agencies.
Yeah,
I want to get real people.
yeah,
It's important to me that people see people just like them.
yeah,
That's something that we don't always see. Not everybody is not a cookie cutter. Not everybody is tall, slim, stuff like that, and they don't have to be.
yeah.
I want an agency that really has, somebody that everybody can relate to. I really do. So that's my hopes. One day I will have that.
Oh my goodness gracious. I love that so much. I'm so excited to see your journey
Mhm.
and just to see everything unfold. And you just deserve so much. You have
Mhm.
been, working so hard and have had, some ups and downs. So it's exciting to have your family with you and your support system and to see just your beauty shining through.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course, love. Of course. Was there anything else that you wanted to tell the viewers?
Well, just what I always say, if there's something that you're passionate about, please don't give that up. Continue to pray on it. And even if you don't pray on things, because not everybody has the same beliefs, but either way, if it's something that you really love to do, um, don't give that up, because in the long run, you don't want to wonder, what if, I had done that, and regret anything. I want to live with no regrets.
Yes, no regrets, guys. No regrets. What is one runway tip that you can give us?
One runway tip that I can give would be to just, it's more having to do with confidence,
Okay.
because we still struggle with that. We still struggle with it. But if you're doing a show, what helps me
Hmm.
is to just kind of get in the zone and give myself like a little pep talk, because you have to be your biggest supporter. I
Yes.
mean, you really do. You have to believe in yourself more than anybody else in order to do this.
Yeah.
So, loving yourself is part of that. So I would say that's like my number one tip.
Ah, I love it. It's so beautiful. Betsy says you have such a huge heart, Mrs. Parker. Oh,
Thank
there's so much
you.
love for you. What is
Thank
it
you.
that you want to be remembered for?
Just for being a good person. I have a big heart, and I just want to be remembered for being that, just being a genuine person and wanting to help others.
And you are already helping so many people and you have such a
Mhm.
beautiful heart and such a beautiful spirit. You're such an
Mhm.
inspiration. Thank you for illuminating the world with your presence.
Thank you.
It has been so much fun and such a pleasure. I could talk to you all day.
I know.
I love it.
I've
You dropped
enjoyed
so
it. I've
many
really
gems.
enjoyed it.
Oh, me too. Thank you so much, love. Thank you, you guys, for tuning in. And we will definitely keep in touch and I will definitely follow you and see your journey. I'm super excited for you.
All right. Thank you. And thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Lots of love. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching Live with Jacqueline Valdez, illuminating the world one voice at a time. Lots of love and light, you guys. Bye.